President of the People's Republic of China, the Order of South Africa, President Xi Jinping shall henceforth be honored as an esteemed member of our national orders here in South Africa. The people of South Africa salute you, President Xi Jinping. And I say congratulations to you for being bestowed this highest honor that South Africa gives to people who have done a great service to South Africa. Let's give a round of applause to President Xi Jinping. This is thank you. Thank you.
I would like to invite President Xi Jinping for his remarks.
尊敬的拉玛福萨总统，各位朋友，感谢拉玛福萨总统热情友好的致辞。拉玛福萨总统向我授予南非勋章。
bestowed upon me the Order of South Africa, which reflects the high degree of attention of South Africa for China-South Africa relations and the friendly bond the South African people with the people of China. I'd like to express warmest thanks.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We will commence with the official proceedings of the signing ceremony in the Republic of South Africa and the People's Republic of China. The two principals will witness the signing ceremony of 11 Memorandum of Understanding agreements between the Government of the Republic of South Africa and the People's Republic of China. I now have the honor to invite Minister Pandor and the Chairperson of the National Development and Reform Commission of the People's Republic of China, Mr. Zheng Shangji. Your Excellencies. Thank you, Excellencies. Minister Nzimande and Minister Wang Yi will sign 2 agreements, 1 agreement and 1 memorandum of understanding. The agreement between the Government of the People's Republic of China and the Government of the Republic of South Africa on cooperation in the field of higher education and training. The second instrument to be signed by Their Excellency is the Memorandum of Understanding. You may remain seated, Your Excellencies. Is the Memorandum of Understanding on enhancing cooperation in science, technology and innovation between the Ministry of Science and Technology of the Government of the People's Republic of China and the Department of Science and Innovation of the Government of the Republic of South Africa. Thank you, Your Excellencies. May I now invite Minister Didiza and Minister Wang Yi to sign the protocol of phytosanitary requirements for export of avocados from South Africa to China as agreed between the General Administration of Customs of the People's Republic of China and the Department of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development of the Republic of South Africa. Thank you very much, Your Excellencies. I would like to invite Minister Patel and Minister Wang Wentao. They will sign 5 MOUs. Ministers. The first MOU will be the MOU between the Ministry of Commerce of the People's Republic of China and the Department of Trade, Industry and Competition of the Republic of South Africa concerning cooperation on promotion of direct investment. Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Ministers. The second MOU will be on strengthening investment cooperation in the digital industrialization between the Ministry of Commerce of the People's Republic of China and the Department of Trade, Industry and Competition of the Republic of South Africa. Thank you, Your Excellencies. The third MOU will be on deepening blue economy cooperation. Thank you, Your Excellency. The fourth MOU will be on economic and industrial development. Thank you, Minister. The fifth and last MOU between the two ministers will be on special economic zones and industrial parks. Thank you, Excellencies. I now invite Minister Ramaphosa to join Minister Wang Wentao. They will sign the framework agreement on promoting investment cooperation in green energy between the National Energy Administration of the People's Republic of China and the Ministry of Electricity of the Republic of South Africa. Thank you, Ministers. Minister Ramaphosa will be joined by the Director of China International Development Agency, Mr. Liu Zhaohu, to sign exchange of letters between the Republic of China, the People's Republic of China on donation of emergency power equipment to South Africa. Your Excellencies. Thank you very much, Your Excellencies. Please take the chairs back. We have come to the end of the signing ceremony. I would like to thank His Excellency President Ramaphosa and His Excellency President Xi Jinping for witnessing this ceremony. I would now like to hand over to Mr. Magwenya, the presidential spokesperson. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. Your Excellencies, President Ramaphosa, Your Excellency, President Xi Jinping, Ministers present, ladies and gentlemen, we will now commence with a report back session for the benefit of the members of the media following the official talks. And I'd like to invite President Ramaphosa to first deliver his remarks, which will be followed up by President Xi Jinping. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Magwenya. Your Excellency, President Xi Jinping, honorable ministers and deputy ministers here present on both sides, ambassadors from China and South Africa, members of delegations of both countries, and members of the media, and ladies and gentlemen. South Africa is truly honored to receive, as we have done this morning, President Xi Jinping on his fourth state visit to South Africa. It was an absolute joy to have the opportunity for me to meet President Xi Jinping as he alighted from his plane. This was made a very special occasion. It is his fourth state visit to South Africa. This visit coincides with 25 years of diplomatic relations between South Africa and the People's Republic of China. We are grateful for the support and friendship that China has provided as we worked to rebuild and transform our country after the devastation of apartheid. We recall with gratitude the solidarity demonstrated by China during our struggle, but we also recall with great appreciation the support that we also received from China during a perilous time in the world when we confronted COVID-19. China supplied much needed equipment, materials and vaccines to our country as well as to other African nations. During this state visit, South Africa and China have reaffirmed the political support for each other's core interests. We also agreed to deepen bilateral cooperation between our two nations in a variety of areas, but especially also in trade cooperation and investment, in infrastructure development, in energy and tourism, education, training and digital technologies. China is South Africa's largest trading partner, and South Africa is China's biggest trading partner in Africa. We've discussed the need to narrow the trade deficit between South Africa and China, and that one of the ways to do so is by ensuring greater market access for value-added South African goods that can be exported to the Chinese market. We're also very delighted that China has agreed to reopen the export of beef to China. This is going to give a huge boost to our agricultural sector. Our multilateral cooperation, we've agreed on a number of issues. President Xi Jinping and I have agreed to consult closely on issues of common concern, including in the Brics context, as well as the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation, FOCAC, on the G77 plus China, and also in the G20. We have discussed areas of synergy in line with a call by South Africa and other African countries for the reform of institutions of global governance, notably the United Nations Security Council, and agreed that the continent of Africa that remains excluded from this very august and important body of the world should indeed be given a voice in the United Nations Security Council. We agree that the interests of the Global South must be fairly represented in all other multilateral forums. President Xi Jinping and I discussed the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine and its significant impact on developing economies in Africa and elsewhere. We both agreed on the importance of dialogue and negotiation between the two sides. As South Africa, we are encouraged that President Xi Jinping has welcomed the peace mission to Russia and Ukraine initiated by African leaders. President Xi and I look forward to the upcoming Brics summit that commences later today in a meeting of the leaders in retreat, and have agreed that Brics must play an expanded role in global affairs. President Xi Jinping and myself will be co-chairing a China-Africa Leaders Roundtable on the sidelines of this state visit and the BRICS Summit. The purpose of this roundtable is to further deepen cooperation between China and the African continent on matters of development, industrialization, and the integration of African economies. We are gratified that the friendship between the People's Republic of China and South Africa has endured over many years. The friendship that exists between our two countries is living proof of what is set out in our Freedom Charter, which is the forerunner of the South African Constitution, which declared that there shall be peace and friendship. We look forward to an era of even greater ties between our two countries, ties of friendship underpinned by our commitment to achieving common prosperity for the respective peoples of China and South Africa and the respective peoples of China and the African continent, and finally of the global South. We thank you very much for taking time to be here as you witnessed the signing of all these agreements. They bear testament to the deepening relationship between the People's Republic and South Africa. I thank you.
President Ramaphosa, friends from the media, greetings to you all. It is my great pleasure to, at the invitation of President Ramaphosa, pay another state visit to the beautiful rainbow nation of South Africa. As Mr. President just said, this is my fourth state visit to your country. In fact, 20 years ago, while I was working as a governor of a Chinese province, I already visited South Africa and worked to contribute to people-to-people cooperation. So I harbor deep bond and friendship for South Africa. This year marks the 25th anniversary of our diplomatic ties. Over the past 25 years, China-South Africa relations have achieved leapfrog development. Our strategic mutual trust has reached new heights, and cooperation across the board has made progress. We enjoy closer multilateral collaboration. Our relations go way beyond the bilateral scope and has become more significant strategically and bears global significance. At present, the Communist Party of China is rallying and leading the Chinese people to advance the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation on all fronts through Chinese modernization. South Africa is also exploring a development path independently, which suits its national conditions. China-South Africa relations enjoy new development opportunities. Just now, President Ramaphosa and I had a productive meeting and talks. We exchanged views on the development of bilateral relations in the new era and international and regional issues of common concern. And we reached important common understandings. Just now, we also witnessed the signing of a series of important bilateral cooperation documents. I am full of confidence for the prospects of friendship and cooperation between our two countries. Both President Ramaphosa and I believe that our two countries should be strategic partners enjoying a high degree of mutual trust. We need to maintain the sound momentum of high-level exchanges, deepen exchanges and cooperation in various fields, steadily deepen political mutual trust, enhance experience sharing in state governance, and continue to support each other on issues concerning our core interests and major concerns. We both agreed that mutually beneficial practical cooperation between our two countries have achieved fruitful outcomes, and we need to be development partners, making progress together. Building on existing cooperation, we should step up synergy of development strategies, work to implement the 9 programs of FOCAC and the 10-year strategic program on cooperation between our two countries. We should cement our cooperation in advantageous areas and foster new points of growth in our cooperation. China is ready to import more quality products from South Africa and continue to encourage Chinese enterprises to invest and do business in South Africa. We will work to deepen cooperation between our two countries in electric power, new energy, scientific and technological innovation, among others. We both highly emphasize amity and connectivity between the people. We believe that our two sides should be friendly partners with mutual understanding and goodwill. We should put people front and center in our cooperation and work to ensure that the fruits of cooperation benefit our two peoples. The Chinese side supports the South African government in strengthening vocational education and promoting youth employment. Our two sides agreed to step up cooperation exchanges in education, science and technology, culture, and tourism. We both believe that China and South Africa are major developing countries and emerging markets enjoying great influence. We should be global partners that uphold justice. We should step up strategic collaboration, practice true multilateralism, and work to boost the representation and say of countries in the global south in global governance. China firmly supports African integration. We support substantive progress in working for membership in the G20 for the African Union this year. And we support South Africa in playing a greater role in international and regional affairs. The Brics summit will open soon. Under current circumstances, this summit has important significance for stepping up solidarity and cooperation among Brics countries. South Africa has done productive work in preparation for the summit. China highly commends We believe that through joint efforts of all sides, this summit will achieve full success. The day after tomorrow, I will co-chair with President Ramaphosa the China-Africa Leaders Dialogue, which will be the first face-to-face group meeting among heads of state of China and African countries since the onset of COVID-19. And we look forward to working with other African leaders to chart a new blueprint for China-Africa solidarity and cooperation and inject new, strong momentum for China-South Africa comprehensive strategic and cooperative partnership. Thank you.
Very much, Your Excellencies. That concludes our report back session, and Your Excellencies may take leave of us. Thank you.
好了吧，整个活动也结束了。
Ministers, may I kindly invite you to your cars, please? This side. If you could kindly go to your cars, I'd really appreciate it. Please, my ministers, the presidents, I'm holding them just for 5 minutes.